Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This week I'm giving you a quick overview of week 4. And yes, week 4, we are halfway through our 8-week class at the end of this week. But I want to give you just an overview. Our main topic for this week is really about ethics in computers and technology. When you get into technology and computers in general, you start getting a lot of questions about what's ethical and what's not ethical. And of course, with ethics that what might be ethical to me may not be ethical to you. So what I'm doing this week is presenting you with a little a topic, and it's something that's actually emerging and happening right now in Canada. So it's something we want to explore and just see what you guys think. So we'll jump into it. And this is going to be in a very aggressive timeline this week. So you can't wait and put this one off. If you put this one off, you will not be successful in the project. So you need to make sure that you stay on top of it. So let's go in and look at the activity. This is it, week 4 lesson, Ethics in Computers and Technology. What we're going to be exploring, the emerging technology that we're researching, is called Sidewalk Labs in Toronto. It's a very interesting technology and idea and what they're trying to do. We know there's something similar going on, or at least I've heard going on in Phoenix with Smart City. So this will definitely apply to what's going there. This is very recent information for Toronto, Canada, so that's why we're looking at that. I really haven't heard more about the Smart City that's happening in Phoenix, Arizona, or in our area. But this will help get us thinking about that, because this could be very, very real to us in a very short period of time. With this, there's many, many different steps and tasks because we're doing an online debate. Once you do some research, get familiar with the topic and the idea, you are going to take a position and then we're going to debate it. So I've done step by step what you need to do with the links to the discussion boards and the other resources that you need to complete the activity. You'll start out by watching the video. Then you're going to jump into a discussion board on step number 2. This is where you're just going to share questions. So after watching the video with no research, no information other than what's in the video, you're just going to start throwing out your questions. Like, what immediately comes to your mind? What do you have questions about? What questions do you think the people working on the project should do? So it's just a whole throw out your discussion, your questions. After that, after there's some questions, you're going to do some initial research because the class will bring up interesting questions. That will get your mind going and get you start thinking about what are you interested in and maybe what position are you going to take on this idea. So you start researching, and with that I've set up a wiki page within Canvas, and that's this Sidewalk Lab list of resources. This is a wiki page that all students can edit. So as you do your research and you find resources, and there's a good many resources, I've already done a preliminary research, and there's some interesting stuff going on around the project. I'm not going to tell you any of it. I'm not going to list the resources for you because I want you guys to have fun looking up that information. But as you find stuff, go into this page and actually list out resources that you're finding. And it can be everything from a map to an image to a newscast, a YouTube video, just anything that you find that relates to the questions in the project. After that, you're going to take a position. So you're going to decide whether you're supporting this project or whether you're against this project. And if you're supporting, maybe you're completely against it, but you want to support this project because it's happening in Canada and they can go ahead and figure out all the problems before we do it in Arizona. So that's just an example of you might support one side that you're not necessarily for, but you want to learn more about. So it's okay. It's okay to support. It's okay to go against. It doesn't necessarily have to represent your view. If you want to just play devil advocate because you enjoy that, that's fine too. But you want to take a position, and when you take a position, we're going to have you let us know what position you're taking. Then you're going to hop into step number 5, the discussion area that applies to your position. So if you're supporting it, you'll go into this discussion. If you're against it, you'll go into this discussion area. The whole goal of the discussion area is for everyone that is supporting that position comes up with a statement and some evidence of why you're supporting and what you support about the project. Then you will go into the final discussion area. There will be a discussion lead. So when you join into these two groups above, one of you will be assigned as the discussion lead or the group's leader. You will be the one that's responsible for posting the actual statement of your position and your evidence. Once that's posted, that's when we will debate. So with debating, you go back and forth. I put in the debate, there's a couple rules. It's common sense stuff. Be respectful, use professional communication, for the community college level. So it's nothing crazy, but just be respectful. You'll want good evidence. Make sure, what you're saying, you're able to back up with some type of evidence. And it might be evidence from the project, but it might be evidence from other projects that have happened in society, in the world, that supports your view. And that's okay too. Then finally, after the debate is done, we will have one or two judges. I haven't decided yet, but we're going to have one or two judges that will then determine the winner of the debate. And the winning team has the honor of being the winner. There's no huge prize. But afterwards, everyone will get to reflect one-on-one. Or not one-on-one. Everyone will be able to do their own reflection, because as you're doing a debate, you're in as a team and we won't necessarily know your individual thoughts. So we'll use Flipgrid once again to do a video reflection. I've got your questions listed here as far as what you're going to reflect on. And then the rubric is down below. So once again, you can see how your participation will be scored. And with this, respect of others, if you did not participate, obviously we can't score you on that. So you need to participate, and participation is going to be from everything. So it's not just from one discussion board, it's from the whole process of participating in the debate. And then you have our competencies, which are the objectives and goals for this week and activity. So that's what's happening with the actual project around the content of ethics in computers and technology. Patricia will be sharing her information. Every week we do something with Excel. We're continuing with the Excel project, so no new Microsoft applications for this week, but you will be continuing with that project, and then Patricia can get the Excel training stuff in there for you. Our live session, I believe, let's just click on it and see. Okay, live session is scheduled for July 3rd. I likely will not be in that session. I'm starting to travel back across country to get back to Arizona, and I'll be in transition. So I'm not sure that I will be on that session, but as you guys start debating and working on the project, I'm likely to record a couple little audio clips or video clips to keep that project moving along and keep you on task and answering questions. So even though I'm not in the live session, I'll probably be creating some content for you and sharing that out where needed. That's it for this week. It should be fun. This is an online debate. Most of you may have never done this before. So please ask questions if you're confused, not quite clear on what to do. But make sure you read through, before you start asking questions, make sure you read through the activity. That will explain a lot. But yes, ask questions and have fun. It'll be an interesting topic, and I know with so many students in the class, there's going to be a lot of different viewpoints and questions brought up. So it will be a fun week. All right, have fun, and we'll see you online.